Hey guys, I'm Tech, and today we're going to talk about camera gear bags. There's a lot of options out there, and of course, how do you choose the perfect bag for your camera gear? So today I'm going to talk to you about what you need to pay attention to when you're choosing your perfect camera gear bag. Hey guys, I'm Tech from Tech Driven, and thank you for checking out this video. So today, of course, I'm going to talk to you about camera gear bags. There's so many new options, and of course, I just recently upgraded to this bag, particularly this one. But of course, we're not here to talk about why you should get this bag over any other one. So we're not going to talk about this bag, particularly one, because this is best choice for me. However, it may not be for you. But what we'll talk about is the whole process, what you need to look out for when you're choosing a bag. Because there is no such thing as perfect bag, but you want to come as close to it as possible. So I'm gonna share what I was looking for when I was choosing my backpack. So the history behind this, of course, this is all my backpacks. This is my latest edition, and of course some bags we'll talk about at the end of the video later on as well. But for the longest time I had this Canon camera Rebel bag, which it's padded, it's fairly good, it's not big, you just throw it over the shoulder. So when I was starting off and all I had is a few lenses and just a camera, the Rebel bag did just fine. It's fairly cheap. It has Canon and Rebel on it, of course, but what's nice about it is that even if you have a more expensive camera, nobody's gonna be the wiser, because they're gonna see the Rebel and figure out you have the cheap camera trying to look cool or whatever. So it's not a bad bag if you're just starting out. Next we got this little one from Sony. So this camera bag is ideal for mirrorless cameras or point and shoot, something very small. It's not a fancy bag, it's fairly cheap as well. All you care about is really protecting your gear, so make sure that it's all padded. And of course, we can carry our big lenses on the shoulder, but of course that's inconvenient, it's easy to drop, not ideal case. Then, just in case you're walking around the streets, there's backpacks like this, which will carry your camera and a short lens. So you can actually strap it onto your belt, and you have a strap as well. So this is convenient when you're really on the fly. You don't want to carry a lot of gear with you, just one lens and a camera attached to it. This is where you can stick it in your belt or on your shoulder, and you can whip it out really quick. Fairly inexpensive, it's slightly padded, not as much as I would like, because if you drop a camera with this, you will damage it. But it's something to consider. And then of course we got the backpacks, and I just don't want to get it because it's all the way up on my shelving unit and it's really heavy. You can get a luggage as well for when you have a lot of gears, especially when you travel far distance and you need to bring a lot of gear and you want to protect it. There's a luggages that you can get. And last and not least, of course, we got the more compact backpacks. So you probably recognize this. This is the 450 WTS, I believe. I just purchased this. I should know what's it really called, but let me get you the correct description. So this is the Low Pro Tactic 450 AW2, and this is the 25 liter size. So overall, you've probably seen those bags around. They're very popular. Peter McKinnon has one of those, at least he had it, and then it switched to his newer design, which is, I believe, from Peak Designs. And a lot of people are changing their backpacks simply because they don't either look like a camera bag and they don't want to, or perhaps they need a different size. But here's the thing, what you need to look for. So when choosing a bag, first thing you want to assess is how much gear do you really have, and also how much gear do you really need to have on you whenever you travel or you're going somewhere. Second, you need to find out pretty much how much weight can you really carry. So for example, this bag is 25 liter. So for example, I'm 6'2". So if you look closer, I look fine in this bag. It could be even a little bit bigger. But if you're short, this backpack is going to look gigantic on you. So that's something to consider, especially when you don't have too much gear. Overall, for example, this backpack, let me just open up. Although it has a fair amount of size, I can carry my laptop here and camera gear, my camera here or here, wherever I have access, and a few other stuff like lenses and a few accessories. but it's not big. I mean, overall, I cannot bring all my gear with me in this backpack. So that's one thing I was considering, actually looking at a different one, also from Low Pro, but the 500, which is bigger, just so I can keep all my gear. But I was looking for something that's more hybrid. So in my case, you know, this is fairly big backpack, but you notice also that it's about the size of a small suitcase. So when you're traveling on an airplane, you know, you don't always want to check in your bag, especially with your camera gear, unless you know it's fully locked. So for something like when you have expensive gear and you need to have it protected and you have a lot of it. So something like a Pelican case will do the job better than this backpack. However, the big Pelican case will not fit overhead in the airplane, but this backpack will. And the 500, if it's fully packed, it doesn't fit properly into the overhead cabinet. At least that's what I heard. Haven't tried it out. But this way, you know, this is hard case, so I know that I cannot overpack it. It will fit in over bin in the airplane. So I can take this with me on a plane, on my backpack to travel. If you do a lot of hiking, you do want to have a waist strap. So this is one right here. This is nice about this backpack, is actually removable. So if you're not doing hiking, this is sort of in the way, because otherwise just sticking out. So it's really nice if it's removable, especially if you don't do a lot of hiking. If you do just hiking, you know, just keep that on. But if you don't, it's nice if it's removable, because otherwise it's just in the way. But one thing I did really like when considering is that, you know, keep in mind security. So this backpack, for example, has the opening from the back. So that means that people just can and grab your camera out. However, they really can't. This one's not perfect. It all depends really where your camera is. Like if it's on top, you can unzip this. However, it's a little harder from someone from outside, and you grab the camera out. You can zip tie those, of course, but they also would have to know where the camera is exactly. So unless you show them to them, or on the side arm here. So although this backpack is fairly good, it's not perfect. And for some people it might be too, if you have a lot of gear, it will be too small, I think. However, if you do travel a lot by plane, this might be a good choice, because it's the size of a small carry-on luggage. So this backpack was my choice at the end of the day. However, you know, I like it, but it has one flaw, and I found a way to address it, and I'll actually make a separate video on that as well. Is that when you place a backpack, it falls. It doesn't stand up upright. So in my next video, subscribe, like the video, and I'll make a video on how to address and how to fix this backpack to stand, so that way it doesn't fall all the time, and especially when you have a mud or something, get this piece dirty that goes on your back. And that was the whole intention, that you flip the bag this way. However, the backpack doesn't flip this way, it falls on its back. So stick around for that. So few organizations, you always want to organize your cables so that way it's not a mess, because that's the worst thing that can happen. You're getting a backpack, you want to have your gear, you want to be able to pack it quickly, efficiently, and not take a lot of space in the backpack, so you can fit as much as possible. So there's two cases that I really like. I came across from, one is from ProCase, of course, and the other one is BUBM, which is Be Yourself, Be Unique, or Be Unique, Be Yourself. Be Unique, Be Yourself. Those are two cases that I really like, and they're really priced accordingly. And of course, this is the bum, which has 3 camera. This is, you can put like GoPro accessories and all that stuff. It's all divided. I'll have a link in the description as well. So this set, for example, you're getting 3, small, medium, and large, and they all have dividers as well with them, so you can organize it properly. This BUBM will be my primary choice over ProCase. However, it doesn't have everything, so it's for organizing cables, memory cards, whatever. It has 2 of these, and you can fit stuff in here as well. Then with a ProCase, just to give you an example of the size, I can fit the ProCase inside the BUBM. But one thing about ProCase, what I really like is it has, as you can see, similar designs when it comes to organization, cables, as you can see here. But one thing that the Pro Case has where the BUBM doesn't is memory card holders, which is quite convenient. You know, it's very useful to have all your memory cards in one place, and you can have selected, you know, used or new, and organize them properly, so that way memory cards all in one place and not all over your bag and you're looking for your memory cards. If you're looking for cases, you know, those are the ones I would recommend. And I'll have a link in the description. And of course, nothing is sponsored here. This is all stuff that I bought. Also keep an eye on that you may not have a lot of gear now. You're gonna be keeping this bag for a while, so you can probably will acquire some new gear over those years. So make sure you leave a little extra room for that new gear that you will be buying using my affiliate links down in the description, right? If not, that's cool. I fully understand. They're just affiliate links. If you're gonna be buying something, please use them. If not, you know, no big deal. No, not gonna take it personally. Especially those nice cases, which are not sponsored. But if you guys are for BUBM and you want to sponsor a video, please do. I like your cases. I mean, they're really nice. Those two companies, Pro Case and BUBM. Weird name, but hey. So I hope this video was a little helpful. If you want to ask questions, I pretty much answer to almost all comments. Ask away. We'll try to help you as much as possible when it comes to choosing a bag. After all, we're all looking for our perfect camera gear bag, or you can just buy the Canon backpack that's quite expensive, nice, a lot bigger than this one. But is it right for you? I mean, I have a link in the description. After all, it's one of the most popular bags because it's Peter McKinnon's backpack. So if you bought a backpack or you're switching over, let me know in the comments below. I'm kind of interested in what kind of bag you have. I am still planning on looking for another backpack. This is going to be my regular day-to-day travel, but I also want to have a backpack where I can really carry all my gear from location to location. So I have my suitcase right now, which is really nice, big padded, but it's right now filled with light gear, and I probably want to leave it that way. And ideally, I want another backpack or some kind of backpack suitcase combo where it's really big and I can really fit all my gear, so I have it all in one place, and I can keep this one as my travel backpack.